shop, guys, for SNS 37. Still moving right along with these things, man. Everybody seems to continue to enjoy them, so we're going to keep making them as long as I got a viewer out there to watch them. So last week we had some fun. We had James in the shop visiting us, and James, by the way, we had a great visit. Thank you for coming by and spending a little time with me, and I was glad to get to show you my shop here and all my little goodies and tools around here. So yeah, we had a lot of fun, and James, I told him that we got to get you on camera, man. We got to let the viewers know that you came by and seen me. So he was all about doing the intro for SNS. We had a lot of fun with that. So maybe we'll see James here in the near future, and he'll talk about his visit, and him and his family stayed out there on the beach for a few days, and they really enjoyed it. So Pensacola Beach is a beautiful place, good place to come on vacation. Got an airport right here in town, and fly down here and spend a few days here. You guys will enjoy it. Come by here and see the machine shop. So anyway, we'll move on. For this week, got a few things to talk about. I do have some viewer appreciation mail. And by the way, this is the second take. I just noticed I didn't plug my mic in, so hold on a second. Can you hear me now? Man, I always seem to forget to plug that mic in right there. I have to unplug it to plug in my computer cord to download the videos. So anyway, hopefully that helps a little bit right there. So again, we got some viewer appreciation mail. We have two different boxes that arrived this week, and I'll pull them over here and share them with you. Some cool stuff. I've got a micrometer that I want to pull out of the cabinet and talk about a little bit. And I also want to play around with some cutting oil. Got something new that I'm going to try out and show you, and we're gonna use the oil cans right there. Also, the new the Hackmaster, and then the one from Randy. So we'll get to that. And I've also got some fresh content on another project that I've started here in the shop, and that is going to be the coolant pump for the Monarch lathe. If you followed my videos in the past, you'll remember that I said that the coolant pump needed a rebuild because it was leaking, and it was leaking bad. So I've actually already got the coolant pump taken off and gone into it. So what I figured I would do is maybe show a little bit of a series of what I did there on the teardown and then the rebuild, and then having to install it back on the lathe. I haven't even put it back on the lathe yet. I just finished putting it back together. So we'll get to that in another video, probably next week or so. So that's going to be the shop content for this week here. I also do have some more machine work to share with you. Let's see, I just posted the lock part this week, and we've got another job that was right behind that I did. A lot of machine work involved, including some welding, lathe work, and mill work using the Super Spacer. So that'll be something in the upcoming videos here that I'll be sharing on YouTube. And you never know what else I'll find, man. I've got a lot of little short clips that I've taken with my phone, and like last week I had those extra videos from my workplace that I had on my phone, and I hadn't forgot about them, but sometimes when I get to making the SNS videos, I kind of run out of room there and forget to put them in at that time. So as I get those, I'll share them with you, okay? So let's go ahead and get some viewer appreciation mail, all right? We'll be right back. All right, well, let's get to some viewer appreciation mail. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the first one and bring it over, show you what it is. First of all, let me tell you about how I got this. Last week, I got an email from a viewer and said that he wanted to send me a viewer appreciation gift, but this gift was going to be in the form of a gift card. So the next day, I checked my email and I had I had an email from Amazon.com, and when I went into it, it said that I had a $100 gift card to use from them, and it was sent from this viewer that told me that he was going to send it. So this viewer asked me, he said he wanted to remain anonymous. He didn't want his name called out, so that's fine. We're not going to name any names here. So he decided to send me a $100 gift card from Amazon.com. So what I decided to buy was this Seagate 2 terabyte external hard drive. And when I was working last weekend, after I got the gift card, I was working and I was trying to decide what should I buy with this. Obviously, it needs to be something for the shop, a tool of some sort. And I kept thinking about it, and then all of a sudden I realized something that I've been meaning to go down and buy is an external hard drive to use for the computer. You know, for all this video work that I do and all this YouTube stuff and filming in this high def with the GoPros, it uses up a lot of memory. So I have almost filled up the memory on the computer. I got 1 terabyte hard drive on there, and I've almost got it filled up. So I've been meaning to go and get an external hard drive. So I decided to jump on Amazon and look and see how much an external hard drive is. So I got on there and I found this. This is a 2 terabyte external made by Seagate, and they had this for $89.99 with free shipping. So I decided to go ahead and buy it because this is another tool for the shop right here, and this will help me with my video work that I do. I can go ahead and get all of my files transferred onto this, and this is something good to have anyway. You know, it's a good way to back up all of your important files, your videos, your pictures, your documents, or whatever. You know, anything on your computer, just transfer it to this, unplug it, and put it away. So I bought one a while back, but it's been filled up long before I even got the new computer. So this will be a very big help. So I want to say thank you very much. You know who you are because you watch the videos. This is what I decided to use your gift card on. It's another tool that's going to be very helpful for me in what I do here. And thank you very much. It's very, very appreciated, and that was a super generous gift that you sent me, and I just cannot thank you enough. So we got the 2 terabyte Seagate external hard drive that we're going to put to use. Okay, moving on. This is our second package that arrived this week, and this comes to us from Dan and Charlotte Sturgill from Las Vegas, Nevada. And we'll start off. We got a little card here. Dear Adam, this is to thank you for your great videos. My wife and I enjoy them very much. Here's a treat from our very favorite barbecue place to go with the spice rub you received recently. Thought you'd enjoy some great spicy barbecue sauce and a bandana for the winter back there. Keep up the great videos. Sincerely, Dan and Charlotte Sturgill. So Dan and Charlotte decided to send me some gifts from their favorite restaurant, the Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've never been to Las Vegas. The furthest west I've been is San Antonio. And so I'm a huge fan of barbecue. You know, I like to grill and get the smoker out there going. So we got a bandana. Let's see what it says. John Moles Roadkill Grill, Las Vegas, Nevada. Very cool. That side it's got their phone number on it. Hold it up so you can see it there. Now, I will say that Elena's already seen this stuff, and she actually loves to wear bandanas usually when she's inside or cleaning or something. So she's actually already kind of taken claim to the bandana here. All right, just thought I would let you know. But we got some other good stuff in here, and that is some of the barbecue sauce from the restaurant here, Roadkill Grill. Spicy barbecue sauce. Coyote bait. Alright. Coyote bait barbecue sauce. This is great, man. This is going to go great with some of those meats that I throw out there on the grill, and I'm looking forward to trying it out. It looks good too. You can see all kinds of spices inside there. You see it's probably sealed up. Yep, it's sealed up, but I'm sure it's going to be great. So I can't wait to try it out. I'll let you know whenever I've got it out there on some meat. So thank you very much, Dan and Charlotte Sturgill. I really appreciate it. I know Elena's going to love wearing the bandana, and we're going to enjoy using the barbecue sauce out there on the grill. So thank you very much. So this is the micrometer that I told you I wanted to share and talk about this week. This was kind of prompted from Tom Lipton. In his new meatloaf, he showed a blade mic that he recently purchased, and it got me thinking about a tool that I use a lot myself. And I don't have a blade mic, but I have this here. And this is a groove mic, and this is made by Mitsutaya. I don't know if a lot of people have these or use them, but they're extremely useful for measuring and checking internal grooves, or even the lands, which is the distance between the grooves. So what you have, there's a couple discs out here on the end, and if you've got a groove, I meant to bring a little rod gland home with me, and I completely forgot to. I was going to demo this thing, but if you've got a part that you've got to check, like a rod gland is a good example. You have the grooves on the inside where the seals go, and if you've got to make one, it means you got to reach in there and measure how wide they are if you don't know how wide they're supposed to be when you cut them. And you can use this tool for that. So you can measure from outside to outside of these two discs, or you can use the inside and measure. That's where the inside would be your land, and then the outside to outside would be your groove width. And so this mic goes from 0 to 1 inches, or 1 inch I mean, and you've got two different readings here on the barrel. You've got the top display here is actually, let me see, I have to look at this. Okay, so that's actually the inside of the disc here, and so it's completely closed up, so we're reading 0. And if you look at the bottom side here, you're already starting at 50 thousandths of an inch. So that's measuring, that's the thickness of these discs. Each one are 25 thousandths thick. So you can reach up inside of a bore and measure the width of a groove, and you kind of square it up and you just lightly feel it until it's not trying to move back and forth, and then you just pull it out. And a lot of times what I do is, just for quick reference, I just grab my calipers and just measure outside to outside, because usually your grooves, you know, you have a little bit of a tolerance there. You ain't got to be dead nuts on something usually. But so like here's a little mount that Stan made for the GoPro camera, and we can kind of use this as an example right here. I'm going to try to do it without blocking too much of the view here, but you know, normally you'd use some calipers or something for this, but you can come in here with this groove mic and get a feel for it. And I'm just kind of doing this quick because you know, it's not being held down or nothing, but let's see. Okay, so that measures, let's see, we're on the outside, so that's 100. Stan, you can tell me if I'm wrong here. 25, 30, 1, 2, 132 thousandths. 132 and a half, actually. You know what? Let me grab my calipers and see. Hold on. I have my calipers over on the welding table. So let's see what the calipers say. 134, 134 and a half. So, you know, I was pretty close there. Usually you have a part that's fixed so that you can use both hands on this and get a good feel for it. But that gives you an idea. So then what I was talking about the land, see, we can measure this distance right here, where you would take your calipers and kind of measure it like that. So that's showing like, you know, 280. Okay, we'll come on out here. We'll come out there past 300. All right, then you can come in. Come in and touch both sides of it right there. All right, just about 280 on the mic right here. So that's a little example, but normally this is used on the inside, you know, for measuring grooves. And I have one of these at work, but the one at work is actually a Starrett, and you know, mine's a Mitsui. And I really don't use this mic very much, but when you need it, you need it. And you can't beat it, man. It's a great tool to have. I actually lucked out whenever I bought this. I got this and a couple other things from the pawn shop and really didn't pay very much money for it. I guess that you know, nobody really knew what the stuff was, and I got a great buy on this. So there's the box for it. Still got the foam in there and the books and everything. So this one's basically like brand new. So anyway, that's your 0 to 1 inch groove mic by Mitsui. Another great tool to have in the box if you have to do any kind of internal grooving for seals, O-rings, snap rings, or anything like that. Great tool to have. Okay, so we got us some laundry soap to play with today. No, it's not laundry soap. This is a jug that I got from inside the house. Some laundry soap that we had used in the past. By the way, I don't like extras, so we only used that a couple times, and we switched back to Tide. But this was a jug that I was thinking would be kind of useful in the shop, and you can use it for dispensing cutting oil into the little oil cans. So that's what I wanted to show. I finally brought it out here, and well, actually I took it to work because at work I keep my drum of cutting oil there. We got a storage building there, and I just keep it out there so it's not sitting out here in my way. But so I took it to work and I filled this up, and I wanted to try it out and see how it worked. So I'll go ahead and tell you that this is the second take, by the way. The first take, I went ahead and tried to fill up Randy's oil can here, and let me tell you that this kind of jug, you can't use it to fill up this kind of oil can. Whenever you put the spout here and push that button with the oil, the air is trying to vent out at the same time the oil's going in there, so it'll just splash everywhere. So maybe you guys will see that in a future bloopers video. I've got some saved, so we're not going to try it this time because I already know that it won't work. But we'll go ahead and fill up the new Hackmaster oil can, and I've got another jug here I'm going to put some oil in. So if you use one of these, you know, some guys might buy this cutting oil by the gallon or a 5-gallon pail, and you can use one of these kind of jugs and transfer some of your oil in here, and then you can set this on your bench, and you got a quick way of adding some oil to your cans. Don't fill it all the way up if you do this, because that was the other thing that I messed up is you know, I filled it up and I cracked this cap here to vent it, and oil started coming out of it because I had it too full. So just have it where, you know, down here. So anyway, I think this is going to work out pretty good. We're going to have to do something about this stupid logo on here. We might put Tom Lipton's face on there or something. So let me bring the camera in a little bit closer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and crack the new Hackmaster here and show you. I'm just going to barely open that so that it does pour pretty good, but this spout actually works really nice the way it seals as soon as you let up off of it so it doesn't drip. It comes out pretty fast there, but that's working out pretty good. Okay, so that's pretty full right there. Plenty of oil in it, so we're going to leave that one like it is. And let's see, there we go. Get the cap going, and all right. So there's the new Hackmaster oil can working. This is a bit more beefy than the Eagle. You got to have more of a firm grip on that thing, but it's it feels nice, man. It's nice, feels nice and heavy. So anyway, there's that one. I got one more. I'm going to go ahead and put some oil in because I got a buddy that I'm going to give this jug to with the cutting oil. So I'll go ahead and crack it here. You can see it fills pretty quick. Okay, I got some pigment right there, but it does a good job. It really doesn't drip at all. There might be just a little bit right there. I can feel a little bit, but that spout works really good. So there's a Gatorade. There's a Gatorade jug full of cutting oil that I'm giving to a friend. So anyway, there it is. If you got one of these laundry soap jugs around and you got a bunch of cutting oil that you want to fill up your jugs with, give it a try. It seems to be working out. So I'm going to keep that out there in the shop, and when I'm ready to fill up my Eagles, I'm going to come over here and use this thing. Well, guys, I'm underneath the Monarch, and right here I'm draining some coolant that was down here in the line. But what I decided to do was go ahead and see if I couldn't get this coolant pump disconnected. I'm glad I had my tray underneath here because I didn't think there would be a lot of coolant left. Most of it over time, you know, since hooking it up in that last video and showing it to you, it had been slowly dripping out of there and dripping out of the pump. I've had this tray under there the whole time, and it eventually stopped draining, but I popped this hose off and a bunch poured out. So I think I got most of it. There's probably still a little bit in the sump over here. I'm gonna have to clean this chip pan out good and then do another cleanup in that sump because I know it's probably cruddy now. So I want to get this pump pulled off though, get it disconnected and get it up on the bench and go into this pump and see what the problem is, see if I can get it rebuilt. Alright, you can see how dirty everything is. I have never gotten under here and cleaned it. There's a lot of dust underneath this thing. So I may clean all this up whenever I get ready to put all this back together so that the pretty much the whole machine will be cleaned by then. And I got to replace these hoses. You can see right there, this is just in terrible condition. And the discharge hose back there, it goes around to the back side. It needs to be replaced too. So all that will be replaced with new hosing. All right, there's I believe it's just 2 bolts holding this motor down. I'm feeling on the back side, I don't feel any bolt heads. So we've got 2 bolts here that I'll get these out, and I think this motor will I can get it and pull it out here on the floor and carefully disconnect the wiring. So we'll see. Okay, I got the 2 bolts out, and that's all it was 2. Let's see. Okay, it's loose. Oh, more coolant. Dang it. I'm just going to let it drip on that pan there. I got to disconnect this back hose, the discharge hose. All right. Wow. Can't even read that data tag there. I'll have to hit it with some Scotch-Brite and see what it is. I bet you it's going to be a General Electric motor. I'm sure you want to see a little closer of what's all down here, what it looks like. Alright, here's our motor and our pump. Here's the fitting coming out of the sump and the cruddy hose. And you can see the factory mounting plate that Monarch puts on here for the motor to mount to. So, alright, let me do some more disconnecting, see if we can get this thing off the floor. Okay, I got the discharge hose undone, and I went ahead and marked the 3 separate wires. I dotted them with my yellow paint marker, single dot, 2 dots, and then 3 dots, just so that when I go put it back together, there's really no guesswork, I'm hoping, and that I can hook it up and it'll be turning the right direction the first try instead of checking it and having to swap one of the wires. So should be able to remove this, remove the wire nuts, and pull them out of there. I hate working on the floor. I think that's another reason I put this off for so long. By the way, I do have the power disconnected to the machine at the breaker. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna take these and I'll re-wire nut them and tape them up and kind of zip tie this back out of the way so that I can still use the machine and don't have to worry about these wires. So, all right, there's the motor. So let's get this thing up and get it on the bench and take a better look at it. All right, guys, we got it up here on the bench. Gives you a little better shot of it. I added a clip light over here so we could see a little better. And this would be your impeller here. This is the area that we're worried about. So I'm going to remove this. And I was trying to read the maker of this motor here, and they've got that coating on it to you can see through there. It's kind of clear, but it's hard to make out, but it looks like it says Brown and Harpe Manufacturing Company, H-A-R-P-E, Brown and Harpe, Providence, Rhode Island, and it is a 1/4 horsepower motor. Alright, so I'm going to get this around here, and I may see if I can find me a air tool or something to take these bolts out with. So let me get this cover and get these bolts removed, and we'll pull this cover off and see what's going on here. I just grabbed my DeWalt. These bolts aren't very tight at all. Okay. Now, see if we can knock this sucker off here. Might be, let's see. Alright, I don't think it's on the shaft, it's just going to take some getting it loosened up. Glasses on. It's probably stuck together really good. It ain't no telling how long this thing's been together. I can tell that they use some kind of gasket sealant on it. Okay, sounds like it's coming loose. There we go. Okay. Well, that's just the housing there, so really no problems with this. Set that off out of the way. Impeller looks good, spins good, so what we're going to have is the seal behind here is what's going to be bad. So I need to, this looks like a hex nut here, I need to remove this, pull the impeller off, and then we're going to have to remove these 4 bolts and get the impeller housing off of the motor here. And that will be probably where our seal is going to be inside here. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna use my big channel locks here to try to hold the OD of this impeller. That worked. Get this nut off here. You're going to want to come off now. Should be just a slip fit with a keyway. Yeah, I see a key in there. Just try to get it worked loose really. There it is. Okay. Alright, we got a spring behind it. It's probably going to be for the mechanical seal there. Okay. Alright, so there's your impeller. Alright. I believe what I'll do next is go ahead and get these other bolts loose. I think that's 5/8. No. It's either going to be 11/16 or half. No, 9/16. He's going to take a little bit more oomph to get these suckers off here. Alright, let me get these off, we'll bring it back. Okay, I got the 4 bolts removed that holds the housing to the motor here. I'm going to give it some light bumps here with my hammer and see if we can get it loosened up and get it pulled off the shaft here now. Okay, oh, there it goes. Alright, trying to figure out what kind of seal this is. Looks like packing. Okay, like a little compression packing. We'll take a look at that in just a minute here. I wanted to look at the shaft and see if we got any wear, but it's actually looking really nice. Okay, shaft's in good shape, guys. There's no grooves worn in it from the packing, or from the seal. So we may leave this alone. Now, one thing I would like to do is either have my buddy at the motor shop come by and we'll wire this thing up and let him listen to it run, or just maybe just give it to him and let them test it and see if they can indicate whether this needs any maintenance or not. It's been in there a long time. It could be that the bearings, it wouldn't hurt to replace the bearings, but I don't know. We'll ask the more professional opinion on that from the motor shop, but I believe it's in good shape. So I'm going to set it off to the side because I think the only problem that I've got here was just the seal itself has gone bad. It's made just like V-packing, kind of like a hydraulic cylinder seal. These sort of look like little O-rings in here. A lot of monkey snot, huh? Got a smaller O-ring, and this one looks a little bigger. This looks like a cap that goes on the end of it. So I think that's all it's going to be. I'm going to dig in here and make sure we're not missing any other parts, but I believe that's it. I believe that's just the seal right there. And I think that's all we got wrong, is just a bad seal, and that's where we were getting our leaking from. So we definitely need to do some cleaning on it and get it all cleaned up and see if we can find out about a seal. So I will most likely clean this part up good and clean this old seal off, and talk to the motor shop and the pump shop about what kind of seal this is, so we can identify it and see if I can find a replacement. And it should be, let's see, it's going to fit the shaft, so we'll be going off of your shaft diameter, which I don't have any calipers in front of me. Shaft diameter looks around 5/8 maybe, and it just pushes against that shoulder back there. Yeah, look at all that. This looks like a, you know, that's your packing nut right here that removes. We'll have to make us a new gasket also for this face here. We'll get us some gasket material and make us a new gasket. All right, guys. We'll let me do some cleaning up, and this may be the end of this video here, the removal and tear down, and maybe we'll come back whenever we have a new seal, get all these parts cleaned up, and go to put it back together. Okay. What the hell is so funny? Huh? What are you laughing at?
It was sneaking up on you.
Try to sneak up on me. I heard you.
What are you doing?
Not much. Playing on the computer.
Oh, with the boys.
Working on videos.
All right. I can't. I can't do it.
You can't do what? What were you gonna do?
Can you just turn the camera off?
Turn it off?
Yes.
What we gotta do? Take two?
No. Change my mind.
Change your mind.
I got the giggles.
Why don't you show them your new shirt?
Oh, it's my Superman Auburn shirt, son. Not sold in stores.
You had to special order that one, huh?
Yes, I did.
Did
Waited for weeks.
Should have ordered from Amazon, huh?
No, they don't sell on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
They have this new company, and they were like a mom and pop company, and they were like, this was like on one of their advertisements. So of course, I'm a sucker for a cool shirt, so I ordered it, and then they sent out this huge email. Sorry, we got too many orders. So it finally came in. I'm pretty excited about it.
Maybe it was on back order.
Everybody wanted it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Only one that got it.
Except for all the people in front of you.
Nobody I know has it.
Okay.
All right.
You're the only one around here that's got it, I think.
Yeah, suckers. Welcome to our WWX Midnight Lovin'. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with your next commercials. Shoot up, boot up, that's what it's like.
Uh-huh.
You're like, ooh.
You got it down, huh?
Boop bop boop bop boop.
Trying to do some Justin Timberlake there.
Like the Pointer Sisters. Do 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 do. And you do your part.
Shoebug? Shoebug? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. How's it
Like,
go?
oh right.
All right.
Oh. Ooh, we should do one of those stories. Like, ooh, ah, what's that in the corner?
Got to use it a couple times.
Blue. This is awesome. I want to do, coming up next, we're going to be turning some oils.
Go ahead. Keep going.
And I'm going to bore some holes with this mill with a 4.27 liter gigabytes.
Awesome. That's it right there.
Suck on that, suckers.
All right.
All right, I'm
Well,
going in.
Get back to work.
Love you.
Love you. See you later on.
Bye, son.